What happens when a small Mediterranean nation, known for turquoise waters, ancient ruins, and the birthplace of democracy, suddenly decides it's time to transform itself into one of Europe's most formidable military powers? A nation whose coastline stretches longer than that of India, dotted with thousands of islands, many of them only a stone's throw from countries with very different ideas about who owns what. A nation that has survived centuries of wars, invasions, and occupations, and carries the weight of that history into every decision it makes today. Now picture this: fighter jets screaming across the Aegean sky, submarines silently gliding through deep blue waters, drone swarms buzzing in tight formation, satellites orbiting high above, feeding real-time intelligence to command centers buried deep in fortified bunkers. This is not the Greece of postcards and sunsets. This is Greece on the brink of a defense revolution, a 28 billion euro leap forward into the next era of warfare. And starting in 2025, Athens made its intentions crystal clear. This isn't a defense refresh. It's a complete reinvention of how Greece fights, how it protects, and how it projects power. The plan? To merge the ancient warrior spirit with the most cutting-edge military technology humanity has ever seen. The result? A fortress in the Aegean. To understand why Greece is making the biggest defense investment in its modern history, we have to zoom out, far out. Because this story isn't just about Greece buying new ships or planes. It's about the dangerous chessboard it's sitting on, and the new kind of war being played there. The Eastern Mediterranean in 2025 is a pressure cooker of old rivalries, resource competition, and unpredictable politics. To the east lies Turkey, a NATO ally on paper, but often a geopolitical rival in reality. The disputes between Ankara and Athens over territorial waters and airspace are not just political, they're daily events. Turkish jets cross into Greek airspace regularly. Greek pilots scramble to intercept. Dogfights over the Aegean are not history, they're happening right now. To the south, the coasts of North Africa and the Middle East are plagued by instability. Conflicts in Libya, Syria, and beyond spill into the Mediterranean, creating refugee flows, arms smuggling routes, and opportunities for hostile actors to operate near Greek waters. And, above it all, Russia's naval presence in parts of the Med adds another layer of complexity, with NATO relying heavily on Greece as a southeastern anchor. Then there's the new battlefield, one without borders. Cyber attacks that can take down power grids. Drone strikes that can bypass traditional defenses, missiles that can cross hundreds of kilometers in minutes. Add the lessons from Ukraine, where artillery, drones, and integrated air defense systems are defining the modern fight. And suddenly Greece's need to upgrade is no longer a matter of prestige, it's survival. So Athens had a choice: patch the holes and hope for the best, or go all in and reshape the entire military from the ground up. They chose the second option, and they're not doing it halfway. This is Agenda 2030, a 12-year, 25 to 28 billion euro military transformation program, running from 2025 to 2036. The vision is ambitious: turn the Hellenic Armed Forces into a fully networked, AI-integrated, all-domain military machine, where air, sea, land, cyber, and space forces operate as one seamless organism. Instead of each branch fighting its own war, everything will be connected. A drone spots an incoming missile, instantly shares that data with a naval destroyer, which relays targeting info to an air defense battery on a nearby island, which fires before the threat even crosses the horizon. This is not science fiction, it's the blueprint. At the core of this massive rearmament lies a program named after one of the most legendary warriors in history. The 2.8 billion euro Achilles Shield isn't just another military program. It's the beating heart of Greece's new defense posture, the crown jewel of its rearmament strategy. But make no mistake, this isn't a single piece of equipment, nor a lone missile battery tucked away in the mountains. It's an entire interwoven ecosystem of defense, where every radar, missile, drone, and sensor speaks the same language, sharing data in real time to form a single, living shield over the nation. Picture this: 5 distinct layers, stacked like the rings of a fortress, each one engineered to intercept a different class of threat before it can ever touch Greek soil or waters. Anti-missile systems to knock ballistic and cruise missiles out of the sky before they can reach their targets. Anti-drone defenses to swat down swarms of unmanned aircraft, whether they're spying, jamming, or armed to strike. Anti-aircraft weapons to keep hostile fighters and bombers well beyond striking distance. Anti-ship systems to destroy enemy vessels before they can threaten Greek islands or shipping lanes. Anti-submarine networks to hunt threats lurking beneath the waves before they can launch an attack. At its core is artificial intelligence, acting as both sentinel and strategist. This AI can detect, track, and predict enemy movements faster than any human operator, whether it's a stealth fighter skimming the radar horizon, a cruise missile racing at Mach speed, or a drone swarm zigzagging across the sky. Some of its systems can strike before an attack is even fully committed, using predictive targeting algorithms that anticipate an enemy's path and neutralize them mid-course. Others, like loitering munitions, can remain in the air for hours, hovering silently, waiting for the exact moment to strike with surgical precision. The integration is so deep that a radar warning in the Dodecanese could instantly trigger a launch order in Crete with no human delay. Every ship, airbase, and outpost becomes a node in one massive C4 ISR web, which is command, control, communications, computers, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. The vision is clear and unapologetically bold. By 2027, Greece wants its airspace and surrounding seas to become one of the most dangerous environments on Earth for any hostile aircraft, missile, or vessel. A place where even the most advanced weapons systems would face immediate detection and instant decisive retaliation. It's not just a shield, it's a warning. But defense alone isn't enough. If you want to deter aggression, you need the ability to hit back, fast, hard, and far. The Hellenic Air Force is stepping boldly into the stealth era, rewriting what it means to control the skies over the eastern Mediterranean. First on the runway, 20 brand new F-35 Lightning IIs, fifth-generation fighters so advanced they're often described as flying supercomputers. These aircraft combine radar-evading stealth with a fusion of next-generation sensors and real-time data sharing, allowing a single pilot to act as the nerve center for an entire battlefield. With the option to double the order to 40, Greece could soon field one of the most formidable stealth fleets in Europe. Alongside them, 38 F-16s are undergoing a transformation into the Viper configuration, a 4.5 generation upgrade that bridges the gap between current fighters and full stealth capability. Outfitted with AESA radar for unparalleled target tracking, upgraded avionics for faster decision-making, and an expanded arsenal of precision-guided weapons, these aircraft will remain not just relevant, but dominant well into the 2040s. But the transformation isn't just about manned aircraft. Greece is already looking ahead to the next frontier of aerial warfare, the seamless integration of loyal wingman drones. These AI-controlled unmanned jets can fly in formation with piloted fighters, serving as extra weapons platforms to extend firepower, acting as decoys to draw enemy fire, or operating as high-speed reconnaissance scouts deep inside contested airspace. Their missions can be too risky or too tedious for human pilots, yet they multiply the effectiveness of every fighter in the fleet. Together, these capabilities mean that in any future conflict, Greece's Air Force won't just respond to threats. It will dominate the battle space from the first minute, merging stealth, speed, and AI coordination into a single, lethal system. In Greece, the air may be critical, but the sea is life. The Aegean is not just a body of water. It's the nation's lifeline, a historic trade artery, a strategic shield, and the front line of national security. Control the Aegean, and you control the nation's heartbeat. That's why Greece's naval modernization plan is every bit as ambitious and aggressive as its air force upgrades. This is not just about replacing old ships with new ones. It's about building a fleet designed for the wars of the 21st century. Wars fought with stealth, sensors, and precision strikes. 4. Next-generation submarines. The silent hunters of the deep. These vessels will be quieter, harder to detect, and deadlier than anything currently in the Greek arsenal. Advanced air-independent propulsion systems will allow them to remain submerged for weeks at a time, turning them into invisible sentinels capable of striking targets before an enemy even knows they're there. Major upgrades to the Hydra-class MEKO 200 frigates, the backbone of Greece's surface fleet. The modernization will overhaul their weapon systems, replace outdated radar with cutting-edge multi-target tracking sensors, and install advanced combat management systems that can coordinate air, surface, and undersea operations in real time. These upgrades will effectively transform them from 1990s warships into 2030s fighting machines. 6 new corvettes are large patrol vessels, purpose-built for flexibility in the unpredictable waters of the Aegean. Fast, heavily armed, and designed for multi-role missions, they can switch from anti-submarine warfare to maritime patrol to humanitarian relief in a single deployment. And in a deliberate move to boost domestic industry and secure Greece's supply chain, these ships will be built in Greek shipyards, supporting local jobs and ensuring that spare parts and maintenance stay within national control. Anti-submarine drones, unmanned sea guardians that can patrol vast stretches of the Aegean without risking human crews. Operating from ships, coastal bases, or even submarines, these drones will act as the Navy's forward eyes and ears, detecting enemy subs long before they can threaten Greek waters or shipping lanes. The goal is clear: to ensure that every square kilometer of the Aegean is under constant surveillance, backed by rapid response capability. Whether the threat comes from the depths, the horizon, or the skies above, the Greek Navy aims to see it first, act first, and end it before it can escalate. This is not just defense, it's maritime dominance, rooted in centuries of Greek seafaring tradition, but rebuilt with the technology of tomorrow. But Greece's future battles won't only be fought near its shores. Sometimes the best defense is hitting the enemy before they even reach your doorstep. The Army is acquiring 300-kilometer long-range precision rocket artillery, capable of taking out enemy bases, missile sites, or command centers far beyond Greece's borders. They're also building a fleet of autonomous drones for reconnaissance, strike missions, and maritime patrol. This includes loitering munitions, weapons that can hover over the battlefield for hours, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. The new frontier of war isn't just on land, sea, or in the air. It's in the silent domains above and beyond. Greece is launching its own military communications satellite to guarantee secure, encrypted links between all branches of its armed forces, no matter the distance or conditions. They're creating a joint IT core that will integrate AI into all operations, handle massive data streams from sensors and drones, and wage offensive and defensive cyber warfare. Because in today's conflicts, disrupting enemy networks can be as decisive as destroying enemy tanks. Unlike many nations that spend billions abroad, Greece wants part of this transformation to fuel its own economy. 25% of all defense procurement will go directly to Greek companies, research labs, and defense startups. The Hellenic Defense Innovation Center, ELKAK, will coordinate these efforts, ensuring that Greece isn't just buying the future, it's building it. And behind all the machines, satellites, and AI systems, there's still the most important element: the soldier. Greek troops are being equipped with next-generation combat uniforms, not just standard camouflage, but smart fabrics embedded with sensors capable of tracking a soldier's heart rate, hydration levels, and even signs of fatigue or injury. These uniforms don't just help medics respond faster, they also allow commanders to keep tabs on troop readiness in the middle of chaotic, fast-moving operations. Adaptive body armor that blends cutting-edge ballistic protection with flexibility. Instead of heavy, rigid plates that slow soldiers down, this armor molds to the wearer's movement, offering full coverage without sacrificing speed or agility. It's protection that moves with the soldier, whether they're storming a beach or patrolling a cliffside village. Integrated communication systems built directly into helmets and gear, linking each soldier into Greece's battlefield networks, and AI-powered mission assistance. This means real-time updates on enemy positions, instant coordination with nearby units, and the ability to call in support, whether that's a drone, artillery strike, or naval firepower, without touching a radio dial. From remote island outposts in the Aegean, where a handful of troops might be the first line of defense, to mountain strongholds overlooking key passes, every unit will be plugged into the same real-time intelligence web. What one soldier sees, the entire network can see. What one drone detects, every commander knows within seconds. The result? A force that moves, reacts, and fights as a single, unified organism, spread across sea, land, and air, but connected by an invisible digital lifeline that makes every individual far more lethal and far better protected. By 2036, Greece could field one of the most advanced integrated militaries in Europe, a force not just modernized, but transformed. Every branch, air, sea, land, space, and cyber, will be fused into a single networked organism, capable of defending its airspace, safeguarding its waters, protecting its islands, and securing its cyber frontiers all at once. For NATO, this will mean far more than another upgraded ally. It will mean a stronger southeastern shield, a strategically placed frontline guardian capable of deterring threats, not only from the east, but from any destabilizing force entering the Mediterranean. Greece will become a crucial link in the alliance's ability to project stability in an increasingly unpredictable world. For the European Union, Greece will stand as a dependable security partner, able to respond rapidly to crises, protect trade routes, and contribute to joint defense initiatives. Its modernization will give the EU a southern stronghold, a maritime and aerial fortress that can safeguard the continent's economic and political lifelines. And for Turkey, the message will be unmistakable. Any escalation will be met with a rapid, precise, and overwhelmingly powerful response. This isn't about provoking conflict. It's about ensuring that Greece's deterrent is so credible, so visibly capable, that the cost of aggression becomes unthinkable. By the mid-2030s, Greece's military will no longer simply defend its borders. It will project strength, maintain stability, and anchor security for an entire region, an evolution decades in the making, now accelerated by the largest rearmament in its modern history. So, the next time you think of Greece, picture more than sunlit beaches, ancient ruins, and the echoes of mythology. Picture a nation that has taken its history of resilience and transformed it into a blueprint for survival in the modern age. Picture stealth jets, their radar signatures nearly invisible, gliding silently through the night sky on missions you'll never hear about until they're over. Picture submarines, the silent hunters, lying in wait beneath the waves of the Aegean, their presence unseen, but their deterrent unmistakable. Picture drones, some no larger than a bird, others the size of small aircraft, patrolling borders day and night, each one an unblinking guardian, feeding real-time data to commanders miles away. Picture satellites, orbiting far above the Earth, watching the seas, the skies, and the land with crystal clarity, ensuring no movement goes unnoticed. And picture an invisible shield, the Achilles Shield layered across air, sea, and land, a defense system that blends ancient inspiration with cutting-edge technology, ready to intercept, neutralize, and strike back within seconds of a threat appearing. Because in the Eastern Mediterranean, Greece isn't just defending itself, it's reshaping the balance of power. It's building a force so integrated, so technologically advanced, that it will be ready not just for the conflicts of today, but for the unpredictable battles of tomorrow. This isn't a return to Greece's storied past. It's the forging of its future. One missile, one ship, one line of code at a time. Because in the Eastern Mediterranean, Greece isn't just defending itself, it's reshaping the balance of power. It's building a force so integrated, so technologically advanced, that it will be ready not just for the conflicts of today, but for the unpredictable battles of tomorrow. This isn't a return to Greece's storied past. It's the forging of its future. One missile, one ship, one line of code at a time.